Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, and this is your June monthly reading. Today, we will be doing a yummy Celtic cross spread, and then we will close it off with a card from the Herbcrafter's Tarot for the Tauran Collective. We're going to go deep today, so get excited. Keep in mind, these are general readings. Take only what resonates. I would recommend watching your sun, moon, rising, and north node placements for additional context. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have links in the description below, as well as links to my social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. Okay, Taurus, let's get into this here. We're going to be taking a look at quite a few aspects for you for the month of June. Got a lovely sandstone arch here as my helper today. All right. Let's start pulling these cards. You are a talking. All right. All right, Taurus. Very interesting energies. You're definitely directing the show here. Feeling in charge. Okay, Taurus, let's take a look at what's going on here. You're kicking off the reading with the Six of Swords. This is giving me a feeling of surrender, actually. Like there is something you're surrendering to, probably a gentle, calmer version of something. This is crossed with the Nine of Wands. So in order to get you triggered in that place of surrender, it seems like a bit of a challenge has been placed upon you. So it's almost like maybe you have to rest and you have to surrender, or you have to go into some level of healing, like your own greater being is challenging yourself to go there. Maybe it's something that's a little bit overdue for you. In your focus area, the needed focus is the Hanged Man, and that would also indicate to me that the universe is putting you in a place of, okay, it's time to slow down. It's time to look at things differently. Let's take a look at how you might be wasting your energy and how that might be being siphoned or taken away from you somehow, or you're just giving it up too much to outside sources. It really looks like there's some sort of process that you're having to surrender to because of your energy being depleted. In the past, you're leaving behind the energy of the King of Swords, which is really interesting. And I think this has to do maybe with your stubbornness, just a natural part of your makeup. I'm a Taurus moon, so I totally get this. And it feels like stubbornness, and it feels like an energy of maybe not wanting to let go, like determined not to face this or determined not to go this direction or take this path. In your strength, you get the Seven of Wands, and typically I see this as kind of fending off a negativity. And I think what I'm sensing here is that you are quite resilient and maybe have more resilience than you know. You're quite well equipped to deal with the energies coming at you. It's that energy of the universe never gives you more than you can handle. In the future energies, you get the Fool. That seems like a nice, refreshing kind of energy compared to some of the turmoil that might be going on here and the challenge of surrendering into this process that you're going into. But we'll get some clarifications. We'll see what that Fool might be bringing. In the advice and support, we have the energy of the Four of Pentacles, which to me, I'm picking up that for you, it's a good time, and you're not the only sign this has come up for. It's a good time for you to be saving, to be a little more picky about what you use your resources on. Now, keep in mind, these could be energetic resources too for you, and I feel like you've been getting energetically drained. So it may not have to do with financial resources here, although it could. It could be your energetic resources are getting depleted, and in the advice and support is, hey, you need to reel that in. You've got some leaky energy perhaps that's getting siphoned out or co-opted out in some way. In your environment, you get the moon. Yes, there's something hidden here. There's quite a shadowy energy here. I do get, it has you a little bit, maybe feeling a little bit ungrounded, maybe a little bit more in your emotional energies than you would like. It seems like you want to kind of put your feet on dry land, but you're in the ocean swimming or something along those lines, and you're feeling thrown about a bit. In your hopes and fears, the devil's coming up, and I think it has all to do with controlling, trying to control this energy, trying to hold on to stubbornness, maybe resistance to letting something go, resistance to surrendering to the process you're being encouraged to surrender to. And in your potential outcome, you have the sun. Now, I will say, when I drew the cards, your energy specifically had me flip-flop these, meaning the devil was supposed to come out in the potential outcome, but your energy said no. Your energy wanted the sun there. So I think that tells me that in your energies, you are ready to deal with these issues that you have. And it just seems like they're not only holding you back, but it's something that's draining your energy. I don't know if it's a person or a situation. It could be different for different Tauruses out there, but let's see if we can get some clarification here on this surrendering, on the Six of Swords. Again, I feel it's a surrendering into maybe a period of rest or respite, to something you need to do. And it's clarified by the Knight of Swords and the Three of Cups. Yeah, your energy is kind of fighting this energy in a way with the Knight of Swords, almost like you want to skip through this. But honestly, I see the Three of Cups here, and maybe this is surrendering to letting someone more supportive in your life, or building a circle of friends that is more uplifting than what you've experienced in the past. Maybe you're feeling like meeting new people or having these new experiences puts you a little out of your element. And the universe is saying, no, you know, this is something you've got to do. It's almost like, I'm seeing like one of those etch and sketch where you sketch and then you wipe it clean. It's like you keep writing and then wiping it clean, writing and then wiping it clean. And so you're attempting to kind of rewrite, and it seems like to me, relationships for many of you. Rewrite maybe the requirements and boundaries that you have in relationships, because your challenge here is the Nine of Wands. There's like a defensive kind of energy here. And it's clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. Yeah. So this is about you opening up to new relationships, to loving relationships. I'm not only getting partnership with the Lovers, but again, with that Three of Cups that came in, I get a collaborative energy. Part of you kind of wants to maybe skip this step, or maybe just not have to go through the work of building relationships. You may be just coming out of a relationship and the idea of building a new one is a little overwhelming, or maybe you just don't know what direction to look because you seem a bit turned away from the energy mentally, but from your heart space you're turning toward the energy. Again, there's a bit of defensiveness, a bit of stubbornness that has to be worked through here, that has to be let go of. Taurus too, I'm really picking up that for some of you, this is about redefining your relationship with yourself as you redefine relationships with others, and as you explore new friendships and new partnerships. For the Hanged Man, yes, in your focus area, and these are huge energies. You have the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, and the Death card. These are three major arcana energies. This is where you need to put your focus. There is transformation happening here. There's Scorpio energy. So for some of you, that might be something to look into. With the Hierophant, we've got spiritual authority coming into one's own knowledge and wisdom about things. Again, the Hierophant would not, it's an archetype that would not want you to waste your energy and just allow that to be siphoned out to the abyss here. Okay. So for some of you, this is an energetic element here where maybe you need to shore up your defenses. You need to have better protections around you if you've got those. A lot of the black crystals and stones provide a very protective energy. Black tourmaline is coming up, obsidian. Some of those kinds of stones might be really nice to have on your person for a while, because you do have this leaky energy. If you are familiar with some sort of protective, energetic practice or ritual that you can do, I would recommend it. My favorite is the Circle of the Magician, which I won't go into detail here, but circle work and the ritual is very helpful for shoring up one's energy and one's defenses. Also, the book, The Art of War, might be very helpful to you right now when read from the perspective of energetics and spiritual warfare, Taurus. Okay, so there you go. You have some homework. Let's look at this past, this determination, this stubbornness, the King of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Something in your life, I feel, really wants to open up. And on the one hand, you're determined to do that, and you have been for some time to open up to it. On the other hand, you are still imposing some thought forms that are just not supportive of you onto yourself. There may be some things like, if you think about the herbs like gotu kola, ginseng, some of any herbs, or maybe even magnesium, these kinds of things. I am no doctor. I'm not an herbalist. I'm just saying something, maybe work with your naturopath or the your trusted care practitioner for some herbs to support the mind. There is some cloudedness here. Now, certainly if there's any addictions, alcohol, or other drugs that are going on, this could be affecting you, Taurus. So take a look at that. You want clarity, but you're still clouded. And that's what you want to leave behind. You want to leave behind the cloudedness, or maybe even your habit of self-sabotage. For some of you, you're sabotaging yourself over and over again. Let's look at your strength with the Seven of Wands. This is your resilience. And guess what it's clarified by? The Seven of Wands again, and the Ace of Pentacles. So until you're able to swallow your pride and kind of come into a place of acceptance and surrender. And I think that's what the challenge of the month of June, I almost said Zune, the month of June is going to be. June is really going to challenge you to surrender into your own resilience, into who you are without this leaky energy. So the energy's got to be shored up first. You got to get it's like a bucket with a hole, and there's just your energy is leaking out of it. You got to get that stopped up first. And then you really have to take a look at things. I think you're really going to find you're more resilient than you think. I see a lot of strength here, and I see you having the high ground on this. With the Ace of Pentacles coming in, that's where you really start seeing change in your physical world when you come into this ownership. Because remember, we have the Hierophant here with the Hangman and the Death card. That's huge transformation. That's huge authority and responsibility over yourself. You're going to realize how strong you are and then be able to make the proper moves in your life. Let's look at this Fool in the future. You get the Four of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So just like I think a Taurus would like, you have this new fresh energy coming in the future. There's this element of a little bit of apprehension, like, is it stable? You know, wherever I'm going, this is unfamiliar to me. I'm no longer comfortable. And see, it seems like some of you have been comfortable in having this leaky energy go out. And now, you know, here's coming in this new beginning with your energy being preserved and stable within yourself. But, you know, I don't think you have anything to worry about with this Knight of Pentacles. This is your energy. You don't have to, you know, it's not a race. It's not a race here, and you can move at your own pace, but we need that energy shored up, and we need you in stable energies. We need you clear, free and clear, like I'm getting, like, and that's another thing in your home environment, because we got a lot of shadowy energy coming in here. Make sure that you've cleaned your home of toxins and toxic cleaning materials. And, you know, if you wear makeup, like, you know, is your makeup clean? Are you using mineral makeup? Are you using something that, you know, isn't poisoning you slowly? How are you handling things? So what kind of chemicals are in your home? What kind of food is in your cabinet, in your refrigerator, right? These are the kind of things you want to pay attention to support the process. Now, let's look at the support and advice of the Four of Pentacles here. The Magician and the Three of Swords. So Taurus, you're revealing to me that with all of this leaky energy, it might be connected to some element of heartbreak, or where your heart is just a little tender. I don't feel this is like a full-fledged, it's happening right now, acute, you know, thing going on. I think this is a bit of heartbreak or just a tender heart within you that you've become aware of. You've got the Magician here, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. You're trying to work some magic on this. Now, you feel most comfortable when you're in control of this. And the heart, though, doesn't always, well, it never does. Unlike the mind, the heart, it doesn't try to control. It just is. It's the energy that is. It's the energy of love. It's the energy of the higher force flowing through you. And so I think you're apprehensive a bit about who you are. Again, without this leaky energy going out someplace else. It's almost like you've got used to it. You've got used to it. Even though you know it's had an impact, you've gotten comfortable with it. And the advice and support is saying, no, it's time to, you know, we've got to pull these swords out of your tender heart, and we've got to heal up those holes and let the heart do its work. We need to get back to the heart. And that is what it looks like you're working on. You just like to be in your comfort zone while you're doing it. So maybe, let's see. The moon in your environment, speaking of environments, is clarified by the High Priestess and the Ten of Swords. Something is going on in the environment you're in. It could be a work environment. It could be your home environment. But it just shows me overwhelm and like utter exhaustion in the mental. Something is causing you mental pressure to the point where it is like holding you down. It'd be like you laying down on the ground and some large person has got a boot on your back and they're just not letting you up. And it's a very trapped energy. Now, again, I think this is energetic. I'm just giving an analogy. You've got the High Priestess here, which I really like, coming in to bring balance and help you understand and incorporate the vital wisdom and comfort, even, Taurus, with the responsibility that you hold now. And I think this has to do with your level of awareness. And I think this has to do with you surrendering to this process in your life, to these energies that are trying to teach you here, that are trying to help you, that you've signed up for. It's actually your greater being has signed up for this. And I feel that you've been a little stubborn, a little resistant to it, a little, you know, and the universe is now like, get on it. Get on it, Taurus. Get on it. There's an urgency here. So, you know the saying, slow and steady wins the race? I love that saying, and it comes in handy a lot of times. I would say steady on wins the race for you right now. Slow, we got to remove the slow, because the slow is what has left this leak, this opening, this vulnerable spot for you, and it's affecting your emotions, it's affecting your thoughts. Let's look at this devil and the hopes and fears and see what's going on with that. The Two of Swords and the Temperance card. Yeah. So for those of you who might be dealing with some sort of addiction, or just even it could be, you know, a bad habit, like you're spending too much time on social media, scrolling aimlessly and not really doing what you're supposed to be doing, what your heart and soul want you to do. It's, you know, it's throwing shade, it's throwing confusion on you. It's not helping you. I'm feeling the fear of being big, the fear of being known, the fear of being vulnerable, the fear of being seen, the fear of being a failure. You're dealing with a lot here, and what it does is it closes up your heart. Now with the Temperance card coming in, that's where I'm getting that little bit of hope, because you're trying to say, okay, here, now I know I need to bring temperance in on some of these energies. And again, because we have, you know, the Hangman, the Hierophant, the Death card here. You started off with the Six of Swords. All of your minor and major energies are going into this process right now. I wouldn't even say at this moment that I am seeing you closing or opening a cycle. You do have the Fool card and the new energies up there. As of yet, we still have one more card to clarify. But what I'm seeing is that you are in a significant life learning process, and for which, on the one hand, your greater being knows, and even your worldly, physical, 3D reality, human part of you knows that you've got a little work to do here. And then there's this other part of you that's more fear-based and connected to some of the past and this leaky energy that has you confused. And so when we have a leaky energy, remember, not only can our energy flow out, but things can get in. Things can get in and attach to us, and you might have a little invader going on. So yeah, it's like a never-ending leak that needs to be sealed up, and then you can take inventory of what's going on. Let's look at this Sun in the potential outcome, and it's clarified by the Five of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, there's going to be some hurt and pain here as a part of this. It's going to come up, but you've got this beautiful Nine of Pentacles. Every time you come in with like some sort of doubt, or I see this leaky energy, or how it's affecting your emotions or thoughts, I also see you building through it. Again, steady on. Steady on is going to have to be the name. Steady on, Taurus. That's the name of this video. Steady on, because you need to be moving through this. That is most important, because that's what you've been resisting, and slow is no longer in the equation for you, okay? Slow and steady works sometimes for some people, for some signs, and some processes and some cycles. This process that you're in is steady and moving forward. And it's interesting, because at times you're with it and at times you're fighting against it. So you probably feel like that little tug of war within yourself. Taurus, let's pull a card for the Taurus Collective from the Herbcrafters Tarot to close the reading off today. You got the Two of Fire, Bee Balm. An empowered, bright spirit inspires others. Bee Balm brings bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds to the garden. Planting bee balm stirs activity in the area, igniting growth by shaping a diverse ecosystem. When making decisions, take a creative approach. Be original and open to alternative ideas. Spicy bee balm remedies heal with a kick. Walk with flames of passion under your feet. Though excitement and fear may charge your actions, be confident about what must be done. Like these striking flowers, we attract what we desire when we show our bold and colorful selves. Yes, Taurus. Yes. Remember I talked about that fear of being seen and being out there. That is exactly what I'm seeing in this card. It's like you have to show who you are, but first you have to get this energy leak taken care of so you can take the inventory and then you can show the world. And I see all your fears there, and I see the wishy-washy and the back and forth, but steady on, Taurus, steady on. And when you think about bee balm, it attracts bees. Bees are busy. Bees are doing stuff. They're steady, and they are structured, and they bring in those beautiful elements. You're not going to lose yourself. I feel like some of you might feel like, oh, I'm going to lose myself in this. If I work through this. No, you're not going to lose yourself. There are going to be times where it's emotional, but I see you steadying yourself and coming back to yourself nonetheless. Taurus, what a cool and dynamic reading this was. Thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see you next time.